All right, everybody. Backwoods Life episode 5327. I rounded up. I'm
I think it's
Michael
only
Lee.
26.
Yeah, whatever. That sounded good.
57.
I'm Michael Lee. I'm joined with my lovely non-official partner for 18 years now, Mr. Kevin Knighton, and Clickbait Anna.
I need a new title. What's up, y'all?
We'll tell everybody the story of Big Debbie one day.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah. But anyway, welcome to the Backwoods Life Podcast. We're all three here on some level through the magic world of Zoom to record this thing. And here we are. Anna actually messaged me, Kevin, and says she has a lot to talk about.
Oh, well, then by all means.
Well, first off, happy birthday after day, Anna.
Thank you. Woo!
Yeah, she's 29.
29.
So that's awesome. She's just barely old enough to drink.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we started off like you said you have a lot to talk about. What's up? Come on.
What's up? Well, I noticed that the 2 episodes ago, my first one, you said you wanted to talk about food. So
Yeah.
I want to know, obviously, you and your dad.
I just saw Kevin perk up a lot. He changed his whole spot. He's like, what?
I like food. I mean, we're going to talk about something interesting. I'm going to pay more attention.
Somebody say food.
You going to eat
So
that?
you and your dad were hunting last night. So what was the snack for the evening?
Oh, so my mom, like you gotta love my mom, and I know I'm her favorite. And you can even tell my sister that because she knows too. I show up and I'm gonna go hunt with Dad, and so she's like, "Oh, y'all have to have snacks before you go to the stand." See, my mom's been going and sitting in the stand a little bit. Like she's not gonna shoot anything. She's not even taking a gun. She's just going to sit. So she likes to watch.
Yeah.
So she's sitting out there. She sends us these little Ziploc bags, and I've got dadgummit, people, text messages. I've got some type of trail mix, like with cashews and almonds and peanuts and stuff like that in it. And on my bag, on the top layer, I have Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its, by the way. Big Mike, no, his is all just nuts. That's all he gets. It's a bag of nuts.
All right.
Because he's got to watch what he eats.
Oh.
I got to give props.
Not.
I got to give props to Miss Cindy, though. She's a fast learner. She's only been hunting for a short amount of time and
Right.
already knows you got to have the snacks.
You gotta have the snacks.
They ain't, no doubt. I'm gonna shut this off and put it in airplane mode. Yeah, sorry. I get text messages. Only time I get them all day is when we do a podcast. Nobody's texted me all day today, called, nothing. I'm just a loner until we do a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm joking. But yes, my mom is catching on pretty good. She does require snacks, and now I felt like I was going to deer stand grade school again.
Hey, pack up your book bag and get out there in the woods with your snack.
Yep. And so we did sit yesterday afternoon. We had Anna King food plot we're sitting on, which direly needs rain as everything else down here.
Yeah.
But we saw a pile of deer. I think, I don't know, we lost count at about 20. But
That
I
seems
thought-
typical at the farm.
I'm so over this text message crap. Quit.
I went over to our lease and I did not see 20. I saw 6 each sit. So 6 is a
That'll
lot
be
better
12.
than 0, though.
Yeah, it'd be 12. And then we saw 6 more this morning. But I did see a freaking stud right at dark last night. And I actually had him in the scope, crosshairs on his neck, and it was too dark. I mean, I could have killed him, but I just chose not to. It wasn't, I didn't check my clock, but I do believe it would have been after legal shooting hours. So I did the right thing. But he was 188 yards or something like that facing me in some trees.
If he had just come out 5 minutes sooner.
Well, he did,
Oh,
but he came out. God dang it. Cut this son of a gun off. Tired of it. Siri, shut up. No, I have conversations with my phone all the time. If I cut my phone off, will that make my computer stop?
Nice.
wouldn't think so.
I'm gonna hurt somebody. But anyway, if he did come out a little bit before that. But the first time we saw him, he came out of the pines and ran another small buck off, and he went across the end of the food plot. And Dad's like, "Good gosh, what a buck!" And I throw my binoculars up, and then there, Dad's already looking down there anyway, and then he pops in his binoculars. So I throw mine up, looking, I can see him running across, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good one right there." But if you go into our Spy Point trail camera app that we all three have access to, you can see him favorited at 6:00 this morning at another stand. Pretty good.
Check that out.
So anyway, I told Dad, I was like, "Well, you go shoot him. I'll be all right with that." So anyway, he looked like he was really good 8-point. He was right at his ears in width, but man, he had some height. So
I want to see.
But anyway, he's still around there. So maybe Big Mike get a shot at him. So anyway, that's that.
Kevin, you said
that's Snacks and Racks report, right?
Yeah, Snacks and Racks report.
Snacks and Racks report, yeah. Every week.
Let me document this down in my notes.
Yep. So the deer stand snacks was trail mix dish, nut mix with Cheez-Its, and the rack looked like a really nice 8-point. Oh, we did see some what I call crap heads, spikes, 4-point, stuff like that. So.
Well, let me give you my Snacks and Racks report. It was a
Little Debbie feast. Go ahead.
A mini apple pie, delicious, and a new 6-point that has moved in on our lease that gets your attention when he walks out. But I think he's a 3-year-old, but he's a neighbor's deer, so I could have shot him and probably nobody would have been mad about it.
Anna, this is what the deal is. I figured this out with Kevin. This is what happened. This deer walks out and Kevin's like, "Oh, that's a great buck. I might shoot him." And then he goes, "Wait, if I shoot him, I gotta wait on everybody else to have a turn, and that ain't the deer that I want to shoot. Really, there's better deer than that."
Let me tell you more accurately how this happens. The deer walks out. Kevin gets him in the scope. That's a pretty nice buck. His neck looks really, 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 really skinny. The last deer you shot turned out to be way too young. Do you really want to go through all that again? No, let's just let him go.
And I respect that way more.
That's all right.
Because Kevin has shot the largest deer that we've taken on the property and the smallest deer we've taken on the property.
True fact.
Yeah.
And really, if you did my entire average, I'm probably still on the smallest part of that spectrum.
Yeah, we got to get you at least back to the middle, right?
So I decided not to push the average down again.
Yeah, it's all right. There's nobody mad at you either way.
Yeah.
Speaking of mad, in last week's podcast we talked about the haters on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Lord, we posted a video yesterday, day before yesterday. It's got 100-something thousand views on Facebook, and it's a throwback hunt to Big Mike shooting a daggum 160-inch deer at the farm behind his house, one of his food plots, whatever. But the deer is standing right in front of a trough that he feeds these deer year round in this trough. And I have done nothing but block and delete people for 48 hours almost on this. The amount of hate the deer didn't even take a bite out of the food in the feeder. He's just standing by it. And I'm just like, you know what? There's one dude I can tolerate a lot of things, but ignorance I cannot tolerate. If your opinion is just, hey, I don't want to shoot deer over a bait or over a feeder, I respect that, and that's okay. Like, we can just agree to disagree or whatever. But there's one dude got on there from Kentucky and said, here in Kentucky, we don't hunt over bait. It's not even legal. We stalk our deer.
Okay, well, we're not in Kentucky. Time out.
Kentucky, you can.
Thank you.
And they do.
I screenshotted the law and replied to his comment and say, you're wrong. Well, first off, I was like, are you serious? You just said that? Like, I've seen some of the biggest corn piles of my life in the state of Kentucky. Where's our buddy Tim Fleener at, right?
Yeah.
A pickup truck load of corn. So I'm not going to buy that crap. Okay, we can't bait. Well, yes, you can bait. Yes, only on private property. But I guess this guy's a holier than thou that only hunts public land, stalks deer and all this crap. Nothing wrong with that if that's what you do. But don't jump on the internet, especially, and say, "Oh, well, it's not legal to bait deer." I had a lady on another post, the same kind of stuff. She was from somewhere out west, like Washington or Oregon or who knows where, and she's like, "It is illegal to bait deer anywhere in the United States." It is
my
illegal
God.
in all 58 states. That's what she put. She's like, I talked to a game warden, and that's what he said.
If she said 58 states, that makes it
Ignorant.
even funnier.
Wow.
Right? Did I say 58?
Wow.
You did.
Oh, I was thinking 48 contiguous. Anyway, in all 50 states, she didn't say 58. I'll retract that statement to my ignorance. But she said it is illegal to bait deer in any state. That's what the game warden said. That's the gospel. That's the end. And I was like, ma'am, you're wrong. Like there are tons of states you can bait in. And then she said something like, no, she was from Kansas. That's what it was.
Another
I've
state you can
seen
bait
the
in.
second biggest corn piles of my life in Kansas, next to Kentucky. Whatever it is about these K states have giant corn piles. And I said, ma'am, you're wrong. Again, same situation, copied, pasted. Oh, but she got butt hurt and just went ahead and deleted her post and went and played somewhere else.
That's fine.
I will say, though, talking about all the negative comments, I was very proud to see how many people jumped on there to say, hey, keep your opinion to yourself because we don't all share the same one kind of thing.
Right. I will say there was a lot of people like, good job, great book. I'd have shot him too. All these people in non-baiting states are getting butt hurt. I mean, that's some of the comments that I was reading.
But I mean, we even used to be a non-legal bait state too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, people got out there and voted for it. So
exactly,
we wanted it, and we're
you
not
don't live here. You don't live here. You don't get to make our decisions for us.
Exactly.
We don't live in your state. We don't get to make your decisions for us.
Yeah.
We don't want to. Then one dude's coming. I comment on something anywhere. He's like, it was my live video I was doing in the stand yesterday. He said something like, come to Illinois where you really hunt, you don't get to hunt over bait. And I was like, why?
Insert eye roll.
Exactly what I said. Why? Why would I want to? I'm not knocking Illinois, but you want me to leave Georgia where I'm sitting on this feeder and obviously I got like 20 deer out here and 100 turkeys. Why would I want to leave and go to a state where I just got to sit there and go, hopefully one walks by?
Well, and Illinois is great. I like Illinois, but let's take our lease in South Georgia, for instance. If we stopped feeding all of our deer right now today, one, we're going to save a lot of money because we spend a lot of money over there feeding deer.
How many deer we see?
Right. That's the thing. We're going to see one or two deer at most ever. We ain't going to sit on a food plot and see 10 or 12 deer if we stop feeding tomorrow.
We're very fortunate on that property that we have open areas to plant food plots, number one. We have a power line and a gas line that run through that we have visible areas. If you took the food plots that we currently have out, if you take out the gas line and the power line that we have that go through the property, what do we have? A god-awful thick mess where all you can do is sit and look down a road. And if you don't have a way to can't hunt over corn or whatever bait in those roads, the deer aren't even going to stop you. You're like, well, there went one. That was cool. And God forbid try to shoot one with a bow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, we got a few spots that for about 2 weeks of the year you could have some really good hunting while the acorns are dropping, but the rest of the year you're gonna have a hard time of it.
But I'm just saying, like, they don't the people, and I respect everybody's opinion, but you need to respect our opinion back. That's the key. It's not about we might disagree on something, but I'm not saying, well, the dude in Kentucky, he was like, well, that's on private land, and I don't feel it like it's very much sport to hunt over bait or whatever crap he said. And I replied back, I was like, okay, you're going to go that route, then why don't you go ahead and make your own bow by hand like the Indians did, and then go spot and stalk you, and that's the only way if you're going to really hunt. So anyway, he's probably walking through a daggum public land with a gun shooting at God knows what.
I don't know. It's not a competition.
Nah.
You do
Anyway.
you.
So I'm stepping down off the soapbox now. But I just had to throw that out there because it's like a recurring theme now.
Yeah.
It's terrible, and I'll say it's mostly Facebook. Like YouTube's kind of bad, but there's a lot of more positive on YouTube. I guess it's kind of similar to scale, but Instagram we don't really have many problems. So yay Instagram! I'm gonna hang out on there more.
Welcome to 2022.
Yeah.
I really just want to like just go away from it all. Just let's go back to where we oh man, I heard Kevin killed a deer. Wait on that dang Polaroid to show up next time we cross paths at the store, you know?
Yeah. You have to look at him in the back of the truck, and the only highlight you can think of is, man, look at the size of the foot on that deer.
Man, he's got a big old tail on him. That's a lot of hamburger there, Kevin. That's gonna be a good eater right there. I mean, like I remember this seriously growing up, like before we had anything about a cell phone, you shoot an 8-point. Oh man, you shot an 8-point, man. I mean, it could have been an 8-point like this, but you shot an 8-point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's open interpretation. Like I remember my grandfather, the rack's still on the wall at the farm. He shot a 14-point one day on Thanksgiving Day, and you think, oh my gosh, he shot a 14-point. Thing's like 12 inches wide. He just got a bunch of points. I mean, it's a great deer. We're all happy, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, you just shot a 14-point. Like, you know, like look like this pile of rack back here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, first deer I ever mounted and put on the wall was a 110-inch 8-point.
I was there.
And I sat and stared at him by the campfire so long that Michael's pop come over picking on me, laughing about it. Said the governor of Florida going to have to make it a state holiday because you went and killed your biggest buck ever.
Dang.
Kevin did some other subjective stuff to that deer we just don't want to talk about.
Okay.
We
I
just
won't
were
ask questions.
snuggling.
he was hugging.
Oh.
Cuddling. Deer was still warm though, I guess. Anyway,
I love him.
we digress. I want to love him and pet him and hold him and squeeze him.
Oh my God.
So anyway, Kevin and I we're leaving tomorrow, going to Texas.
Nice. Okay.
With the folks from 1776 ammo, you tell me.
All right.
Shameless
We'll
plug.
Fire off some rounds. Shameless plug. That's all right. Shameless plugs are allowed.
Exactly.
We going to sling some lead, I hope.
Well, we're going out there, flying tomorrow. Then Friday, the season doesn't open until Saturday, right?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
But whether it's open, well, this is the first day or the second day, whatever it is. I mean, still, that's going to be the first day anybody's going to hunt that ranch. But we're going to spend Friday on their shooting range, and they've got targets, from what I understand, up to 2 miles.
I don't believe any of the guns I'm taking we're going to shoot that far.
I can't see that far, so I'm just going to kind of wing it. Actually, I have a gun. I was going to shoot right now today and get it sighted in at 100 and take with me. I was going to take a bolt action 308 just because I haven't ever hunted with it.
That'd be fun.
Anna, what are you doing? You're just being quiet today. You just brought up snacks. What are you?
For somebody that had so much to talk about.
Yeah, I've got somebody to talk about.
I know, but I don't like interrupting. Y'all are just going with the flow, and I'm just letting you have it.
No, if you're going to talk on this podcast, you have to interrupt. That's how we work.
I know. I'm kind of tired today.
Oh, God. You should have had an energy drink for this thing.
I should have. I really should have. I'll do that next time. But I hadn't had any deer hunting stories lately. I went this weekend and I did not see nothing Saturday morning. It was boring. Ugh. But I will say this. We have like an influx of hogs on camera at this other property we hunt, y'all, and it is just, it's bad. We got to go get them.
So what kind of snacks did you have?
That was the thing. Didn't have any snacks. It's a Saturday morning hunt. I failed to take anything with me. I failed to take a protein drink or anything with me. And
I'm so disappointed in you right now.
Trust me, my stomach was growling at 8:30. I ain't seen a deer. I'm hungry. I'm hangry, and I'm ready to go. And so finally at 9:30, Philip texted me. He was like, "All right, I guess we can get down at 9:30." I was like, "Thank God," because I'm starving.
That's only 2 hours after daylight.
Yeah, but I wasn't prepared. I had to prepare myself.
Since when were you not prepared, Miss? I show up at hunting camp with 28 Publix bags of food and meals planned.
So to that point, I will say this: so we leave there, we head home, and I call in an order at Waffle House and pick it up $30 later for 2 people. Y'all,
that's the norm these days.
It is, but like we literally didn't get to eat till 12 o'clock on Saturday. I was so hangry, like I was irritable. So, anyways, got my fill on Waffle House. I got the all-star breakfast, pecan waffle. I was happy after that. But I literally, when we left when we left the lease or the property, whatever, I literally looked at Philip and says, I cannot do this again. I cannot come without food. So let it be known, I will have a snack and rat report next time.
I mean, what are you, new here? That's how it's supposed to be. Jeez.
Well, the snack and rack report has just been established as of today, but now we all can prepare going forward to elaborate. Because Kevin and I will be together, so we can analyze each other's snacks, and hopefully we'll shoot some deer so we can show our racks. And I'm just going to leave that like that on. I'm not going to say you have to show your rack or anything, but hopefully you'll shoot another big buck, and we'll look at that rack.
There you go.
And you do have to have snacks from now on, because I am very disappointed.
I don't see. I guarantee she's gonna have snacks from now on.
I am. I was like, ask Philip. We was rounding the curve down the road on Highway 42, and I was like, he said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I am angry. I'm mad." He was like, "I can tell." Literally, I'm that Snickers bar commercial.
Did you see the passion in her face when she said she was angry? Like that.
I did, but I have zero sympathy for it though.
That scared me a little bit, actually.
It was bad.
Bad.
I do not like to be hungry. But...
I'm getting hungry just talking about being hungry, because I hadn't had nothing but some chicken and jasmine rice today.
Oh man, it's time for another snack.
Yeah, gotta eat.
But anyways, yeah, hog on camera. Got to get rid of those. Gonna have snacks next time.
We got some fresh pork, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, and it's a great.
What?
Breathed too much dust yesterday, but it's a great day whenever your hunt goes so good that you don't need your snack out of your backpack, but you gotta have it in case you need it.
And look, according to our advisory council, we've got to keep these things at 20 minutes. So I know we're probably getting close. I have not done a timer. Has anybody else kept up with the time at all?
No,
we're over that time mark.
Okay. Well, we're going to wrap this thing up just a minute, but I will say 2 things about taking snacks to you with you to the stand. If you go with a bunch of snacks, like I'm going to sit and I'm going to just, grind it out here. I'm going to be here half the day or whatever. You're probably going to kill a deer or turkey pretty quick and be done. Yeah. Or you're going to eat all of them before 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
Then you're going to be like, screw this.
Either way, win-win.
Exactly. Because then you can just get out. You don't have to sit there and torture yourself anymore, because you know me, Kevin, I am not the all-day sit guy. Unless they're just deer running around like crazy. You can take that and jump off a bridge with that all-day crap. I don't care. I've shot plenty of deer. I don't have to prove anything to anybody, even myself anymore, that I have to sit all day. So, and if I go somewhere, they're like, "Oh, I'm not going to put you in this stand unless you're going to sit all day." Well, don't put me in that stand. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I'm there to have fun. And sitting in the lock on from daylight to dark is not fun.
Yeah.
Eating snacks, that's fun.
As long as you don't run out. Right, Anna?
That's right.
Rookie move, Anna. Rookie move.
We're going to learn you up here for long.
I know better.
Yeah.
I failed.
Did Philip have snacks?
Failing to planning to fail. So it's my bad.
Philip, he did not have snacks either?
No. I don't count on him for that. Like, I have to provide my own food.
No, I mean, I didn't know if he just had some and he didn't share. He just kept his snacks. He's over there having a good time.
Nope.
Well, I will say this. It might be a 2-year-old oatmeal cream pie, but Kevin will have snacks with you.
Mm-hmm. If it gets to be an emergency situation, I will dig deeper into the backpack.
He'll pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this thing up. Thank y'all for listening. We know this has been basically 20 plus minutes of your life that you will never get back of mindless banter. But we have accomplished one thing, that we will be bringing snacks and racks from now on.
That's right.
Anna, you're in charge of next week's snacks. And Kevin, we're going to try to shoot deer in Texas and have a rack.
That's right.
All right. Thank y'all for listening. Check us out, Backwoods Life on Sportsman Channel each week, Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Michael Lee, the lovely Kevin Knighton. I use that term loosely. And then old clickbait Anna down here at the bottom. She's here for our entertainment.
I'm here for a new title. Thank y'all for listening.